gamers, it's Rubick here, doing the intro for the first time in a while. Don't know why, I just felt like doing it today, so it's a one-time only. Your boy WT will be back with the intros shortly. And speaking of WT, how are you, mate?
I am doing a lot better than I was, so that is a good thing. And who knows, maybe you'll do this more often. I don't mind taking a back seat, and I'm sure you're going to do awesome because you've done this before, and I know you can do it. We got a lot to talk about today, as always, with Immutable. They just keep coming with the announcements, and lots to get through. So let's get to it, right?
Yeah, well, there's a lot less games to talk about. Well, today that kind of threw a bit of a spanner in the works. We had it all prepped. I actually had in the show notes, there's going to be a big announcement that I'll leave it in this space if there is another game announcement between now and when we record. And boy, was there a massive announcement, and we'll get straight into it. So talking about highlights of the week this week first, we're going to change it up and bring in highlight of the week into the pod first of all before the partnerships going forward. Before we do get in the highlight of the week, we want to thank our sponsor Token Trove. Again, show notes, there's a referral code down there for us. If you go and shop there, instead they'll give a part of their profits to us. It doesn't cost you any different, or you don't gain anything out of it other than you support us. So thank you for all those that keep on continually clicking that link and reassociating themselves as a referral. The referral only lasts for 1 week, so you got to click it every week. Thanks guys for everyone who supports. It's been a lot. There's 18 pages of support. It's not a lot of money, but it's it's nearly enough for an X subscription for Gamers Galaxie. So we'll let you know when that's ready. Yeah,
awesome stuff.
Okay, so moving to highlight of the week. This news you can see on the screen now is massive. This is MarbleX is migrating to Immutable zkEVM. Netmarble is the Korean blockchain giant. It's and MarbleX is their Web3 side of things. And yeah, this news just woke up to it this morning. It was like, wow, this is absolutely massive news. What did you think about it?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I had never even heard of them before. There's so many gaming companies out there, so it's hard for me to keep up with them all. But you sent me a message, something like they're the 20th ranked, like net worth in what's going on in the gaming industry, specifically over in South Korea is where they're setting this up at, and it looks to me like this is going to be a merger. And according to what their website says, they have 20 million active users. I always question how many of those are bots. We don't know, but still, 20 mil is 20 mil. Nothing to sneeze at for sure. And it looks like they're bringing over 3 games right away. Is that right?
Yeah, they're 3 big ones too. It's not their little clickers. It's the I saw Meta World. I've got it on the screen now. Meta World City Ni no Kuni is there as a Web 2 brand. It's been around for a long time. A3 still alive. I haven't looked into that one yet. I'm going to rely on you. Hopefully, you found some information on that one. But the wording is, from these articles is that they are bringing these 3 first, and there's also hints that once the numbers prove that they're big, that this will be the first, well, not the first, but a Nexus chain. So Netmarble's huge, mate. You can't just understand the 20th biggest publisher in the world, 2 billion market cap. It's bigger than Konami. That was just celebrated wild and crazy that they're migrating their ticketing system onto a supernet. You saw influencers post 1 billion tweets about how great this is for Web3, but yet when this gets announced that an actual game that's like in Ni no Kuni and Meta World My City, I know is quite big as well. I literally looked this morning just before this. The announcement was 5 hours ago. There's not one of the normal players have mentioned this on their timeline. Not one. Literally, not Jonah, not Raiden, not Yellow Panther. Not anyone that of all these big wigs that are supposedly these coals. That just shows you, mate, that they're biased towards their bags, and then it's about who's paying them. It's not about actually bringing the unit forward. Otherwise, they'd be really excited for Immutable. You know what I mean? They obviously don't have their bags here, and so they're not mentioning it. And like Lumi Terra, there's about 20. They just announced Ronin, which we'll talk about later, and there's articles and articles left, right, and center about it. But that was announced. Lumiterra has announced 10 chains now, including Immutable, about 6 months ago. So it's just this is the thing that's annoyed me a bit about it. I'm seeing being negative about a really positive thing for Immutable, but it's just when are we getting to the stage when these people just go, you know what, I'm going to help support a player that's doing the right thing, building the best tech for the right companies, and that's what it is about. It's the right tech, They're people. The Coles say the tech doesn't matter. All this other stuff matters. The tech does matter. That's why they chose it.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that later, what you just said. The tech does matter. Netmarble, the one thing that stood out to me is these are games that I've actually heard about in the past. They have licenses to Disney games such as Marvel Future Flight, Star Wars Force Arena. I've definitely heard of both of those. I know people that play those. They soaked up Kabam. Kabam's a pretty big company for mobile games. And I did not know this, but it looks like they have some ties to Tencent also. Tencent is huge, and Tencent has ties to Immutable, which has been going on for quite some time. So you can see kind of how the collaborative synergies are coming together with Immutable. It's just what they do. They keep soaking in more and more partnerships, more and more mergers. Obviously, some of them don't work out, and we'll probably talk about that later, but this is a big one. 20 million active users, even if some of them are bots, that's good. You got to have volume, and I think this is like you said, this is absolutely massive. Now you briefly talked about. Sorry, go ahead.
It's one of the biggest wins Immutable ever had, so it's that big.
Yeah, and they needed one. Honestly, they needed something like this, considering what's going on with Beam and that. We'll talk about that later. But Meta World City, it looks like Sims City, but on steroids with all the things you can do with it. Lots of just I was trying to look through it briefly because I kind of got this stuff later today, and I was looking through it because the announcement just came out. Looks like there's a PvP aspect to it, and just a lot of things you can do that you normally can't do with like a Sim City. So like I said, Sim City's on steroids for sure. And looking over at A3 Still Alive, weird title. What is with the Still Alive? I don't know. Just call it A3. Kind of bugged me.
It's a survival game, I'd say.
Yeah, only 10,000 followers, but like when I looked at the game graphics of this, if you've played Blade of God or know anything about Blade of God, think that's what it looks like to me. I went on the YouTube channel. They didn't have a ton of videos, and the one thing that disturbed me about them, their videos were from a year ago. Why is it from a year ago? That bugged me a little bit, but definitely some sick graphics, Blade of God style, just very, very clean, very, very crisp. That's that style of game. And then, excuse me, my throat got a little messed up there. The other one was, I hope I don't butcher this, Kuni Crossworlds. I believe, so nobody quote me on this. I believe this is a massive MMO crossbreed with some autoplay game style mechanics and a anime style storyline. There was a lot to this, and it was really hard to pinpoint what exactly this game is, but it is huge. Like so I glossed over this. Meta World City has 66,000 followers. A3 only had 10,000 followers, but New Kuni had 50,000 followers. And this one looked like the size capability of this one for what you can do in this game looked like the biggest out of the three for sure. That was all the information I found on it. And them coming to the Immutable platform, it's good exposure, and they're bringing in volume, which is what we want to see.
Yeah. It was a little bit of a rush job because it's only been 5 hours since this has been announced.
Right.
So we haven't really had time to research, and we actually had to get this all prepared on everything else. Normally, the lead up to the pod is like the most busy period, and all of a sudden we had to bring you announcement that one of the biggest gaming publishers in the world is building migrating their chain to zkEVM with the plans for Nexus. I guess it's up to Immutable now to make it grow. Also, some of the key points is that it's I have this confirmed that that Nexus is on the cards. Like it's not our speculation. I've actually had the word from someone that would know that that Nexus is definitely on the cards for this chain. So the goal is, I'd assume, for Immutable to make these games all successful. They're already out on Clayton, so they're migrating to Immutable. We need to make them successful so that they stay on our chain, because they were announced on Saga as well, Netmarble, a couple of weeks ago. So Saga keeps on doing the same thing what some of these other chains do, and making announcements that aren't real, like, substancy. Chronos, like games within Chroma, do they announce games that are building with them, but they're also game launches, and they have all these other services, and they're actually not building their tech blockchain stuff on those chains. They're just using so and we're also going to talk about another one of our favorite partners later on that does the same thing. So Immutable's difference is that when they announce a game that they are building, it's about them building on their chain. Sometimes they don't go through with it, the game, or Immutable pulls the partnership, but it's not about any sort of, usually, I guess the only one I've ever thought of is Astra, which is not really building on Immutable, which I just think that one snuck through, because normally they won't announce games that aren't building on Immutable if they're not. So yeah. Anyway, we've got a lot to get through. So, did you have anything else to add on MarbleX in this? And what's your final thought?
No. I had a short amount of time to dig into them, and that's what I could find. Obviously, it looks like a big partnership, and good job by Immutable there, soaking up more mergers.
Yeah, they just launched like a couple of weeks ago a Pocket Girls Idol RPG game, and it's not on Immutable, so they still have their chain and their ecosystem. So, I don't. MarbleX, X Clayton GameFi platform. So they've got a road. I'm looking at the roadmap now, and there's like a Stellar Fantasy launch. It doesn't say what chain that's going to be on. RF Online next launch. So there's coming soon. There's all these steps, and that doesn't say that they're completely bypassing their own chain, which is Clayton, I think, or whatever I don't know how I think it's like a Nexus of Clayton, something like that. I don't know, but still lots to find out. The key to Immutable be making these 3 games successful. They can do that. I'm pretty sure that MarbleX will create a Nexus and just migrate everything over to Immutable eventually. Anyway, moving on to the partnerships. This was partnership, but actual game announcements. The partnerships that Immutable announced is S.T.F.U, ships that fight underground. What did you think of this one, mate?
I laughed immediately because that's not what I think of when I see S.T.F.U. So kudos to them on wordplay. I like their comedy, but only 450 followers. A little concerning on that. And then I'm just like, all right, so this is basically a spaceship fighting game, but you're underground in caverns. So it's an interesting play. I see what they're doing. It's a little creativity, but it's just basically like a ship fighting game, and you're navigating through these caverns. You can make your own ship. I do like that you can harvest and craft. That's kind of cool. There's a multiplayer format where you can go for free-for-all PvP modes, do S.T.F.U test for players' abilities to work together, and there's a co-op PvE missions and 6v6 team battle modes. And they also have a marketplace for buy, selling, and trading. I like their little quirkiness, craftiness, play on words and stuff, but a little concerned about the 450 followers only. What have you found on this?
I think a spaceship game, like when I think of spaceship, it's like in those big wide open spaces in space, and it's like it takes away the game. Like it's like there's not enough. I don't know. Just being in a confined space like underground, it makes a lot of sense for this type of maneuvering. This kind of ships, like it's kind of like you got to more dynamics than just fight a dogfight with in an big open space like a dogfight. There's actual dynamic changes in the environment could affect where you can go, like walls could collapse and can't go that way or something, things like that, so it adds a new dynamic to the gameplay, which I think is a really good idea for it. But it is funny, the name. What I found out about it is that you level up ships. S.T.F.U, man, I'm talking here. Level up ships and advance through unique performance mods. So you can modify the ship to be to your style, and it's advanced, like full on crafting system. Not sure about the chain. I think it's exclusive to zkEVM. They've grown by 5 followers because when I got my notes, I got 444. So they're growing, 5 a day.
I'm just curious, if they go above ground where they're open and wide spaces, are they like peaceful with each other? Is it because they're underground? Like it brings out the animosity,
We'll
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah. They're very small. It's an indie game. It's not a massive game. I assume they've got less than 5 devs. So it's been building for a long time. But yeah, it's a little indie game. But I'm pretty pumped for it. I'm 60%. I'd actually want to play this game. What about you?
This isn't really my style of game. I do love their play on words and the S.T.F.U thing. So yeah, I'll give them a 40. I'll give them a 40. I will definitely check it out just because of their cleverness.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. And the next game is a big one, Raven Quest. Well, I don't know. I'm a bit of a hypocrite here because I've always said I don't like pixelated games. But what's got me for this one is that on our Discord server, join our Discord server if you want to find out the alpha earlier. We knew this game was coming a week before, and what got me excited is that the Immutable employee that made that post about the game being one of his favorites, and then backing it up with the fact that it's ready in 2 months' time. So like it's not like in open access or early access. That's all done. It's literally full release MMORPG in August. So and it's got like guild versus guild, raids, solo and duo dungeons, crafting, challenge, skill-based crafting, skill-based gathering. It's got it like everything an MMO you would really want out of the bat, not coming later, not little dribs and drabs, which is what, we talk about this all the time, how these stupid games do that all the time. They release 2 years too early just so they can get funding. Well, not with Raven Quest. When you play the game, you'll be able to play the full game at launch very soon. That's exciting.
So do you think this game, there's a whole cluster of other games out there like Looperlands, Knights Grimoire, and there's been a couple others that we've actually talked about in the last couple weeks here with Immutable. This is another top-down pixelated game. Do you think this one clearly has separated itself from the other ones that are out there?
I can't comment too much on it because I haven't played the other ones, so I really don't know. I'm not into pixelated games, but this one here's got guild versus guild from the start, and I know Pixels doesn't have that, Pixels Online, and I haven't heard of any other one having that. So going in and doing guild versus guild raids will be fun. Cute little animation there to say which chain they picked with the Avalanche and the Solana coin, and they picked the Immutable chain, so that was pretty cool.
Nice.
We're hoping to collab with these guys and build a Gamers Galaxie guild, and so everyone join our Discord and get involved and tell us if you want to play this game with us. I wanted to find some video on it. I did have some video of the raids. There's a really cool dungeon raid with here it is on the left here.
Yeah, I seen that one. Yep.
Yeah, where you run around. There's a dragon and you got like 20 people on the screen shooting it and stuff. That's pretty sick, man. That would be fun. So I would love it to be in 3D art style, and but that's going to take a lot longer to build those type of games. And so I'll take this, and we'll get involved with this game. What do you reckon? Should we get involved with it?
Yeah, absolutely. I do like they got arena, solo, and dual. They got deep skill customization, and like you said, they got skill-based crafting and gathering and guild wars. Yeah, I asked you that question kind of loaded because I think this one does have a little bit more than a lot of the other ones we've seen, and I just wanted to hear your thoughts on it. And then like I haven't played a lot of the other ones either, very, very loosely. But just from some of the options that they have, it looks like they're offering a little bit more. So yeah, I definitely think this is something we should check out for sure.
Yeah, mate, it's the raids is pretty exciting. That's I don't think there's any raids in any other game in Web3 that I know of. So if there was raids, 2 months time, it's going to be huge. It's released in August. It's zkEVM. It's only got 14k followers, but had 200,000 monthly active users when it was in beta.
Right.
So yeah, and I'm pumped for. It would be higher, but because of the pixelation, I'm 68%.
I'm gonna go 55 on this. It's not really something that I play a whole lot. If it gets into our community and we're working on it together, community, I would be like 85. So it depends. 55 if we don't mess with it. If we do mess with it in the community, 85.
Cool. All right, and next one, moving on to the self-announced games, which is only one, believe it or not, only one game that I could find that's self-announced in this 1.5 week period. So it is a bit shorter period from last time we did the pod, I think. Am I right by saying that? So maybe that's part of the reason. But, there's going to be ebbs and flows, of these games getting announced. So, yeah, this one's a big one, mate. What did you think of Planet Atmos?
There's a game out there. I want old school Web 2 game. I want to say it's called Hyperdrive or something like that. And you had these boats and you raced on water and you had to jump through rings and get these boosts and basically try to get the best time and beat others. And this is exactly what it reminds me of. Maybe a touch of, while it's not carts, a touch of Mario Kart with the PvP style that you can, target other players in it, but you have to get through these rings and try to get the best time and beat them. We haven't seen a game like this in the Web3 space yet. And it's, I've talked in great lengths about how there's no originality in this space, even in Web2 and Web3. While this is not the first style of this game in Web2, I think this is the first one we've seen of this style in Web3, and I'll take it. I want creativity.
There's a game called Celeros that's like a drone racing, which is kind of like this a bit, I guess, but not the same as this. And I think Solana's Star Citizen, is it? Not Star Citizen. What's their one? Star Atlas. I think they've got a racing game. It's not as good as this one, but it's similar to this one as well. But ultimately, they're single player races, so you can PvE as well as PvP, and the races are with 8 people. There's 4 tracks at the moment. There's alpha around the corner for holders. Same time as when the OMX announcement came out. So, and I wonder if there's multi-chain, or if this is an exclusive, because they are. I've seen it somewhere. I can't remember where I found it, but it wasn't that long ago they were talking about another chain. So we will see if it is immutable. Maybe it's in the link tree.
155K followers too. That's nothing to ignore.
Yeah, it's a huge amount of following. But the graphics look great. The quality of the website's amazing. Like, it's a really high quality website. Everything they do looks like absolute quality. I just hope that they don't go the multi-chain route and they just leave it on one chain and this is a migration, because we don't have to have this conversation again. But I think not quite as much as I actually like the Pixel. I'm not the big racing fan, so 66% for me, but because of the quality, it goes up.
Because they're the only one that I've seen in the space doing this style of game, I'm giving them a 90% pump for this one. Kudos to them. Yep, I am, and I like playing these style of games too. But
is that your highest?
That might be. Yeah, that might be.
You're the most pumped for this game.
I'm telling you, man. I'm pumped about it because
it's unique. Yeah.
It's unique, and that's what I've been saying for the last couple of weeks is, like, we need unique games. So I'm giving them, if this was just another game that wasn't unique, I'd probably give them a 60 or a 50. But because they are stepping outside the box and doing something different in the space, I'm pumped for it. I'm maybe not necessarily to play it a ton, but hey, yeah, this is we need different styles. We need different styles. We need new styles. So that's why I'm giving it a 90.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's pretty high. They will. You should go buy their NFT so you can play it and tell us how good it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to now after I'm giving it that rating.
The alpha's out soon. Anyway, moving on to that's all the games. It's only 3 announced games. 2 announced by Immutable. Well, not counting the 3 that came from. Okay, that one saved us. We've still got 6 games. Half as many games that are building on Ronin in 1 week. So yeah, it's still a big day, a big week for us. But we're sitting here complaining, saying it's only 6.
Yeah,
it's like, we're so spoilt for content in this community. All right, moving on. Right. Moving on to the Rumour Mill.
Rumors.
I might be wrong on this one. I've got a funny feeling I'm wrong. I don't know, and why I can't remember where I saw the rumor. but I had it written down as Rumour. And when I write it down, because they just announced their list, their Empire of Sight announced they've been selected for accelerated program on Elysium just 20 days ago, and now I'm saying this game's building on Immutable. So maybe you're wrong, but it's another pixelated little MMORPG. So moving on, I'm not going to go into great detail.
Yeah, hold on.
Right.
I got a comment on this one.
Oh, go.
Whether or not this is whether this is a rumor or not, go down to the August 4th tweet. I got to call this game out.
Yeah,
the top-down pixelated, and they are going to say that this game has been compared to Path of the Exile. Don't know about it. RuneScape. I know about that one. World of Warcraft. They are comparing themselves to World of Warcraft. Look at the graphics. How is that anywhere near World of Warcraft?
All right.
What am I missing?
You got your point. We'll just if the audience gets to see this, we decide to keep it in here rather than cut it. And moving on. Okay, this is a funny one.
This one. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I've done some digging since I put it in here, like literally last night, real late. So
where did you dig at? Because I don't know where to dig.
Yeah, I digged and I found that that there was in the messaging on Immutable, which is here. This is the announcement from Immutable, and this is the and in this announcement it says Battlebound. So I started searching on Battlebound as well, and Battlebound is made by the guys that made Xaverse. Remember that snowboarding game really early in the piece? I don't know if you ever saw Xaverse.
I remember it. And
it shut down, and then they pivoted to make this Battlebound. Look at their website; it's amazing.
Wow!
Yeah, and it's creature collecting game, another one of these creature collecting games, and they this is the Xaverse link to it. The Discord. I joined the Discord, but they want you to do that capture thing, which I refuse to do. You know, the link outside. They former Right Games, and one thing I am concerned about is that they've got the Coinbase wallet written here as a sponsor, and we'll talk about that later. We talked about that last week. Is that the new Coinbase wallet? And this message was cancelled within pretty.
One of the devs was from Riot Games, you said?
Yeah, Riot Games, which is normally tied to Immutable. So it was on Polygon. Yeah. It was on Polygon, but they instantly deleted this message. Does that mean that they've changed their mind, or was this too early? Because they have nothing coming out yet. And they've got you can play test it now on Steam. You can see that I'm playing the Steam libraries. Why is that not constantly going to the next one? Because there's not videos, but it looks good. Quality. Yeah. Hopefully it does come back. That's a little bit of alpha for everyone. If it might not come back, but even if it doesn't come to Immutable, this one might be okay to look at. So, well, come on. I think my screen don't crash. Oh, thank God for that. I thought it was going to crash. That would have been a nightmare. All right. So next, moving on to moving on to non-immutable, non-gaming, and onto just like PFPs and things like that. So. Or other partnerships. Bold.io was quite interesting, wasn't it?
So this is like an exchange pretty much for NFTs, and they have their own token and all that stuff, right?
Mate, Bold.io is a next-gen sportsverse, one game at a time, Bold, backed by Sky Mavis headquarters and Yield Guild.
I seen that.
What the hell's going on there?
I seen that.
Is this?
Yeah, I seen that.
is this why? I don't know if you've noticed that Jiho stopped being an arsehole towards Immutables about 2 months ago. He tweeted something. I wish I could have brought it up. It's saying that the enemy's Solana, not Ethereum. He's moving on. Polygon partners. This here coming onto Immutable rather than Sky Mavis. Yes. Mate,
Hear me out.
What do you got to say?
Remember that Twitter space we did a long time ago with was it Ansel and a couple other of the Ronin peeps? Yeah. And I said, why not stop fighting each other and join up? Yeah. And I'm seeing this. I'm seeing the Polygon thing, which we'll talk about later. And I'm just like, I don't want to speculate and say that Ronan and Immutable is going to join up, but like they're getting awfully close on some certain things. And the other thing too with this bullet thing, like they got 56,000 followers.
It's not bullet, it's bold.
So,
it's cricket term.
Oh, I'm sorry, bolt. Yes. So are they focused on cricket NFTs?
Who knows? Maybe it's that, but it would have to be because it's bold. It's like it's literally describing the action of it. You say pitch in cricket, you say bowled. I bowled the ball, so it's a cricket.
Apologies, I did not know that.
Yeah, understand it's American. But did you know that the World Cup is on at the moment, and America did really well? It's in the USA. The World Cup is in the USA right now. And America did really well. They won games, believe it or not, of cricket in the World Cup. This is not winning against like Garbo teams. This is winning against the top 12 teams in the world. So, mate, well done. I'd love to see America play cricket. It's a similar game to baseball, but way more skill in cricket than basketball. Than baseball. Because the ball bounces on a pitch, and the pitch can do anything, and the pitch changes in the weather, and the ball changes based on the weather, and there's lots of variables. It's 1 versus 1, but also a team game. I played baseball as a kid, but cricket's a far more difficult game to play. So I'd love to see America join the ranks of cricketing nations playing the game.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Afghanistan beat Australia and knocked us out of the World Cup. So their first time ever. This is like Afghanistan beating Australia in the cricket. I'm not joking. Is like India beating America in basketball in a World Cup.
Yeah, that'd be pretty shocking,
mate. We are out of the World Cup because of this team. I bought this.
Wow.
I bought it to say, well done, lads. If they win the World Cup by some miracle, I hope this will be worth money. So yeah, if you want to buy the cricket NFTs, they're on Sphere only at the moment. They are coming to Token Trove. Here's the USA one. Should I buy it? I was going to buy it on Stream Live. I don't know
why.
That my balance doesn't come up. I can blur it out. Check out. Here we go. Waiting for approval. Do I have approval?
Oh, you're using Beam, you traitor.
It's not on Token Trove, so I have to buy it here, unfortunately.
I know.
What's going on?
I'm setting us up for later on. I'm setting us up for later on in the conversation.
Oops, something went wrong. Let's go. Oh, it mightn't be for sale anymore. Is it for sale anymore? Yeah, it's for sale. Let's refresh. Go again. Buy now. What is going on? Of course, it's going to go.
It's Beam. It's Beam, dude. Beam's broken. Oh, there's your Immutable.
Here we go. There we go. Here we go. Bloody Beam. No, it's not even Beam. It's Sphere.
Yeah.
Come on. This was supposed to go a lot cleaner and smoother than this, but yeah, I know we're talking a lot about cricket. A lot of our audience won't care about, but it's a massive sport in Australia. It's our number one sport by a mile. So, and that's why I was a little bit excited about having this collection. And of course, there's no sales on this collection at all. So. Here we go. I'm buying the USA cricket card. Here we go. There we go. You should go and buy one. It's $2, mate.
There's stuff they're using in tapes. Yeah, maybe I will. I don't know.
$2.
I'm a little conflicted about using Beam right now. A little conflicted.
Well, of that sale, they made 2%. So 2% of $2. They made 4 cents. You're not really supporting them. And Token Trove's going to get it. I told them about a week ago, and they're like, "Yeah, we're not too fussed about PFP." So, well, force us to go use another chain, like another marketplace. It's ridiculous,
right?
But anyway, moving on. It's enough of cricket. Yeah. None of you give a shit about cricket. I know that. So
I think we talked about these guys last week, didn't we?
No.
I thought we did. Oh, maybe not.
Well, didn't we? I looked for it. Didn't see it there.
I thought we talked about Lunar strategy, but maybe I'm off. I could be off.
It was something else. Because I don't know about it.
Well, that's Immutable. They got so many things going on. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah, there's something similar to this came up. There's always a marketing partner. It's just a marketing partner. People are going to help launch games. Superverse, all these ones. So I didn't look into it. I don't want to talk about it for long. It's not that interesting. But what did you get anything out of it?
Let me see. I did see something. I was a little concerned. Only 10,000 followers, but they're basically helping out with infrastructure things for the most part, and that's pretty much all I got out of it.
Yeah, collab managers they are. So like they will bring in gaming guilds to help go to market strategies and things like that. So it's all fancy words to manage guilds to make sure they know about your game, pretty much.
Right.
All right. Moving on. We're moving on to Immutable news. So this one is a disappointing piece of news. Is Kokodi, which was building on Immutable, and remember they posted that $300,000 grant, then deleted the message. Of now building on Beam. The Immutable zkEVM partners poached the game off them, and building on Beam and AVAX, which is
right.
The first game. Beam's poached a few, but they haven't.
Yeah, Kokodi's got 227,000 followers on their X, so there's definitely some attention there. The game looks decent from what I'm looking at on X. You've got it up there right now. It kind of it's not the same style quality graphics, but it reminded me a lot of Overwatch. So yeah, that was a big snag by Beam, and I'm confused. I'm very confused at what's going on between Beam and IMX for sure.
Yeah, man. It's not surprising that they're not part of the main quest anymore. They were there and then now they're gone. So it's just what do you think? Beam? I'm not sure I was going to talk about this later or now, but I'll talk about Beam later. But anyway, this is short news. They are bye Kokodi. I don't play games on Beam, so I won't be playing you. Cool. Next game, Atomic Hub is just a quick one. What did you see this year?
Yes, this was. What was this one? I had good thoughts on this. I'm trying to bring it back into my head right now. Wait, can you start this off till I get my thoughts back together here in this one?
Yeah, I can take it off. It's pretty much Atomic Hub's marketplace. They've now doing a push, and apparently you can get rewards in their platform for purchasing there. So I think it's their internal rewards as well as they're on the main quest.
Yes.
So you get main quest rewards, whatever that is.
Wombat. You get Wombat with them, and then somehow, some way, you're going to get IMX also. How that works exactly, I don't know. But yeah, go ahead.
That's all. And they are, it's kind of. I had a bad experience with Atomic Hub. I bought on the IMX chain, not the zkEVM chain, and they kind of like. I bought did two batches, and I bought and only got one. And I was charged twice. I showed them all the evidence, the links to Mutascan, everything to show here's the two receipts for two loot boxes each time, and I only received two. So I was supposed to receive 4, and I only got 2. And it went backward and forward for over 2 months, and then I just went, you know what, it's $10. I just try to help. This is the Passport integration, and I'm like, I think you've got a problem with Passport integration here. This is through Passport, and the main reason for me talking to you is to fix it, so other people don't get a bad experience, and Immutable doesn't get a bad name. And they just didn't seem to care, and so I just don't use it. I won't be using them personally.
Okay, so the just popped in my head what I wanted to say about these guys was like, so we just recently talked about Beam and how that's not seemed to be going well for IMX. This is obviously another third party, Atomic Hub. I just hope that whatever past mistakes potentially could have happened between Beam and IMX, I hope they are not falling into the same trap, and by bringing on these third parties that they're going to be more efficient with it and more in control than in the past. So that's my only concern with this. Is it great for a partnership? Yes. Is it going to bring more volume? I sure hope so. But please don't do again what's been going on with Beam. That's my thoughts on it.
Well, they don't have a chain, so I don't think so.
No? Okay, no. Good.
They've got all these platforms and tools, like they're building another platform that for what's it called, community building platforms and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So moving on next, just that Robbie's had a bit of a post where he's saying, look, you can look at that incredible growth of the zkEVM users per month from with a couple of launches. That was, I think Kokodi was part of that, so maybe that's the Kokodi drop there. I don't know. But yeah, ultimately it's just signed 147 games this year. Unbelievable. We heard about 60 or 70 of them, so we've heard about half of them. And yeah,
I think it's just the strategy of IMX, man. We've talked about this before. They're just going to keep absorbing and absorbing. They're trying to find the diamonds in the rough through just straight up volume. Like, soak it all in, and let's find the diamonds in the rough to break through to the other side. And that's the strategy that they've been going with, and I think they're just going to keep doing it until they get what they want.
Moving on, the Heroes Legacy, the CTA, what's it called, is back. The tournament, and that's the one that had they had to do awesome post video. I thought this was that video. You can see some of them here. The crowds. 64 people get qualified and they go to a live scene and they have an live audience. It was pretty cool. So that's back around again. So if you're a CTA player, sign up for that. Did you have anything to comment on that?
Yeah, this is a big deal. It seems to be really picking up with the culture over there, and hats off to them. I watched this, and my first thoughts was like, I need to find somebody in our community, in the Gamers Galaxy community, that is really dialed into CTA to come on and start being like a correspondent for us the way I do with like Woody for GOG.
Tomahawk.
I can't. What's that?
Tomahawk plays it, I think.
Yeah, I thought about that, but he's pretty busy too with stuff, so I don't know if he would have the time to do it. I'm gonna talk to him about it, but yeah, I don't feel like we're giving CTA enough love considering
we are not
how good they've been and what they've got coming out, and I would really like to focus on that when we get some time. So yeah, if you're in the Gamers Galaxy community and you've got the time, you can speak well, and you know the game inside out, hit me up because I am going to be looking for a correspondent soon.
Cool. And moving on to daily gems, we've had a massive rush of gem opportunities come through just recently. So 100 from Hunters on Chain. Have you been playing that game? That game is so much fun. It's my new go-to game, and also I've only owned 2 heroes and I've got 11 energy. I don't even have any of the cheap ones, and so I only play like a couple of minutes a day because I'm limited to that unless I spend more money, or get the box, spend hours opening boxes to win some. The design's amazing, 5 or 6 different game style modes already, and you can just see it coming together. It's going to be one of those games that just really drives you'll be able to play it all the time. It won't be just something you get a 1 month phase. It'll be a game you come and play all the time. So 100 gems for that one.
I thought you bought a bunch of NFTs for that one.
No, I just bought their collection was the first collection on Immutable, zkEVM. So I put a post up and said, I only bought one, mate. I don't know why. It was $6. It was $6. I just went, yoink. But then it's a good game. That's why I'm glad it's 100 gems. Get more people playing it. It's got 1.6 million players per month, mate. Across Polygon as well. And they're migrating 100% to Immutable. It's not going to stay on Polygon. Do not migrate your Polygon heroes to Immutable yet. Otherwise, you will lose them. They're going to do a proper system for that later. Yeah, but Illuvium, I guess I'm going to have to pull Illuvium out again. I was just waiting. I'm going to be away and not be able to play it for the first month and a half or 2 of it, so it's disappointing. So, 50 gems available in Baby Shark. Their Korean native language is really coming through here. I struggle to understand what I need to do, so I need to look into more. Did you look into it?
No, I didn't even know that until just now. I didn't. I knew about the 100 gems for Hunters on Chain, but I did not know about Illuvium or this one either. So yeah, I got to jump on this one for sure. Get my gems.
These 2 are over, but yeah, the $50,000 prize pool for Storm Warfare. I bought my ticket. Did you buy yours? Are you going to go in that tournament?
I might. I was in their Discord today asking if the 10K had sold out. And they said it wasn't even close. So I'm a little concerned. They're giving away an airdrop of IMX and they haven't sold out. So I'm a little concerned. What's going on?
It's their comms, mate. They're very inconsistent. They need to pay someone to be in the Discord server to respond with the knowledge. But anyway, this one here is going to be cool. This 101 Space Nation. So there's a reward system. Plus they've got a mint coming up soon as well. Katana Inu's got a mint coming up soon. I've signed on to the whitelist. Hopefully I get to be. I think it's only $20 as well. So I want to be involved in that one. It's $20 if you're on the whitelist. $25 if you're not. Yeah, it's just lots of Atomic Carb. All these.
Holy smokes! This is all new. I haven't even seen these.
Yeah, man. Hunter on Chain again. There's something else you can do on Hunters on Chain. So this one here is like, I forgot to look at the rules. It's like, this is only about 2 hours of gameplay to get that done. I've done that already.
Yeah, I know I've done some of these. I got to go through and make sure I hit the checklist for sure. Cause I have been playing it recently and I'm having fun doing it too.
Yeah. Zoid's Wild Arena as well. That's live on Immutable zkEVM. But yeah, lots going on. That's the Immutable news. Did you have any thing to comment on the Immutable news?
No, you nailed that. You knew a lot more about this than I did. So hats off to you.
No worries. Space Nation is having a big push for a paid mint in July on Immutable zkEVM called the Immutables. So yeah, they're really going. It's a hero. You can be a downloader. Sorry, you become it's a crew member of your ships, so that you can train them and level them up and stuff like that, and they're cross-usable. You can take them with you forever, sort of thing. So whenever you can have real people doing the job, or you can send your NFTs to do it, like AI. So it's pretty cool. I've got to learn a bit more about how to get involved with that. We recommend everyone getting involved with that one. Running through the rest of the shorts quickly without video. Desperados is now on Android and iOS soon, so that's pretty cool. Paradise 2 Tycoon paid out Moni coin, but it's still not on chain. But I got 15,346th in the world and that, so I got my little caching there. Chalk River's crafting is now live. I have a problem with Chalk River. They're really nice guys. They're in the Discord. Their passport integration isn't working properly for me. So yeah, hopefully they fix that soon. Battle Derby about to implement passport on their roadmap. And they've just put a tweet out as well recently saying that all this Immutable stuff. So it's going to be on version 2 of the game of the beta is going to be out with more stuff to do, more depth to it, and yeah, passport integration. So that's awesome. I think that's all I've got for now on Immutable news. Yeah. What's next section is what is pissing us off. What's pissing you off today, WT?
Oh man, well, you got this up on the screen right here, and I'm looking at it, and I'm trying to ignore it. But real quick, yeah, Costco is still messing with me. They keep moving my Celsius all over the place. It happened again today. They keep moving it everywhere, and it's just driving me crazy. So I'm still mad at Costco. It's not going away. They keep moving my Celsius. Why? I don't know. But then I'm looking at this community growth lead. This really set me off this week. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? We here at Gamers Galaxy, you don't know how hard it is to cover all this stuff coming out from Immutable. We literally, Rubick and myself are working a second job trying to keep up with the onslaught of information. And we've got the CEO of the company, Robbie Ferguson, coming out and giving Rubick credit for like, oh, I didn't even know about this, and you informed me, and giving us all kinds of accolades and stuff. And then we got to look at this community growth lead. They're looking for somebody to run the community. We're already doing it. We've been doing it for such a long time. Like, what? Yeah. Throw us a freaking bone. Well, come on.
Well, good. I've got good news and bad news, and involved with you this point. But I'll get into it later. In the next section. Well, actually, we can do it now. So this job is advertised, and it's Jelly's role, mate. So Jelly's leaving us in 2 days' time from this recording. So by the time the pod comes up, he'll announce it on the same day, probably. Or we might let you know a day earlier to all our listeners. But yeah, Jelly's moving on to greener pastures. He's made the decision to move on, and he's the community growth lead. So he manages. His job is to manage the growth of the community, not the growth of the players. So it's kind of like a weird role, And so I open up, the role here is like join Immutable in our community growth lead and play a pivotal role in establishing the narrative of the leading gaming chain. So we are doing what this says as an organization, but this is a little bit, like it's. If they want to employ Gamers Galaxie, the company would be very interested in being this role for them. We could do this for sure, but we're actually in talks with Immutable to tie our relationship closer. So might be pissing you off today, hopefully, and rightfully so. Hopefully not tomorrow.
Oh, great! Maybe I just heard us.
Yeah, I just think that we've been doing the right thing to, loud and clear and shout from the rafters about this organization, making it clear that. To everyone,
right?
And we already talked about it today. There's the X community doesn't recognize Immutable as the leader. They always have this question mark whenever anything happens because I blame the pivot from Immutable X to zkEVM where they put that real dearth of effort into the IMX progressing it and focusing 100% on the zkEVM. We all knew that. Everyone that knew anything about Immutable knew that this was going to happen, knew that the IMX chain games were going to stagnate in terms of the capability of the chain. It's not what was out was pretty much what you're going to get for the rest of your life if you stayed on that chain. There might be a few little changes here. The whole energy went into zkEVM. Look at Passport integration, free gas, and but with the customization of being able to use customized contracts rather than the cookie cutter 721 that is the only one you can use on IMX. So, we knew this was going to happen, but our work is almost done here, mate. I think we're starting to get into the point where it's just undeniable that Immutable is the or one of the gaming leads, and the game numbers are just going through the roof. Like the organic gamers are growing. You can see it, you can feel it, you can see the game players, and these new names start to shill Immutable. And I saw this Owly guy who I've never seen before, invited him to our server. He's doing those really cool little short videos on the news of the week for Immutable. Oh, I don't care, mate. Share. I don't care if he takes over us and becomes number one. My goal from creating this community was to be the help to the community growth lead. And once we become obsolete, I was happy to walk away into the sunset. So, I don't think that's happening yet. We're not obsolete, and we did pivot away to create the actual community in Discord. But yeah, we thank everyone in Discord too. That all our listeners that are in our Discord and regularly on the chat with us and bringing news to us and making commentary about Immutable and other games outside of Immutable. We really appreciate you in the server. So,
right,
yeah. What's pissing me off this week? The cold. It's really cold here in Australia. It's like 13 degrees, and this cough won't go away because of the cold. So yeah, I'm leaving for overseas for 7 weeks. So to tropical 40-degree heat, and I don't care how much I sweat. Just going to put a fan on my ball sack, and I'm going to be happy because I hate the cold. I absolutely hate the cold. So that's what's pissing me off. Living in the cold Wollongong area.
Did I hear you just right? You're going to blow your own balls with a fan?
I'm going to blow my own balls with a fan in that humidity, 100% humidity heat where I'm going to. Have you never done that, mate?
Sorry.
It's the best thing ever, mate. So next time it's like 80% humidity or above, and it's 35, 40 degrees. Just get down into your boxes, like really loose pair of boxes, and so not your tight briefs, really loose ones, and then just put the fan up towards the old boys and sit there on the couch whilst that fan's hitting that spot. You will never feel a better feeling in your life, mate. It's so good.
Thanks for the explanation. I got the gist. I didn't need the explanation, but thanks
really?
Anyway.
Why not? Why not? All right.
I think I can figure out how to do that.
All right. Content breakdown. We were supposed to talk about the growth lead, but we already have. Good luck with anyone who gets that role. It's a critical role, I believe. To try and change that narrative from the main calls to, try and get them to put their bags in Immutable a little bit so that they'll start shilling Immutable as well. Cool. Next up is, I just wanted to quickly comment on this one. It's videos that have come out for Unreal Engine and Unity. How to utilize Passport and log on, log off. So that's the authentication side. So here it is, the authentication side of it and the minting side of it. So there's pretty cool videos on how to, and I'm going to watch them. I didn't get time to watch them yet, so this section's a bit null and void, but just thought, did you have anything to comment on that? Or
no, it's really cool that they're putting out these tools to make it so that Joe Schmo off the street can dabble with this. So yeah, hats off to them for this.
All right, moving into the final stage, which is a quick one for us. We're under an hour at the moment. We might just be just over an hour, which is a great outcome for us because we normally rabble on for two years. So yeah, big news, mate. Ronin is partnering with Polygon zkEVM. What? Wow! Did not see that one coming.
I put up a post, and I didn't see this until you brought this up, and I put a post that said, "This by far is the most hilarious post I've ever seen. Congrats on getting with the program, but the Ron Dogs bash zkEVM for the longest times. LOL. Yeah. Where are they now?" And they're all praising it. They are all praising it now.
It's like, wow, the goalposts have moved again. It used to be zkEVM's not needed and text not important. It's overhyped, and now and then the game players was was no one playing on the chain. Well, now it's provable that there's 1.6 million monthly active users on the chain, just behind Ronin. I think 2.4 million. But they, what's the next thing they're going to start complaining about to try and prove their bags are more important than everyone else's? But I did think of that. This made me laugh when I saw this announcement.
I laughed my ass off.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I'm just dreaming of the day where Immutable and Ronin actually do a collab together, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is the best ever." Yeah, Immutable and us together, we're gonna. Like, I'm just waiting for the day because I'm just gonna be like, "You guys are idiots. You guys have bashed this for so long, and now they're such they have no substance, man. It's just all about the money. We know it."
Yeah. But in seriousness, that's a good move for them. It's
yeah, absolutely.
There was hints that they were building on zk Sync, which is it's not a type 1. So, this will make them, this zkEVM. The way they've advertised it though is that it's your own chain only. So they haven't announced that they're going to have this as a standard chain that you can choose, like Immutable's 2 chains. What it reads like that you can put 1.5 million. Sorry, you can. Where is it? You stake 250,000 Ronin tokens. You can get a chain. They're going to have to change that, mate. So right now it's only $2.20. So that's $550,000 to start a chain. When subnets changing theirs to be a couple of thousand. Arbitrum orbits, I don't know, probably nothing, and Immutable ZK is Nexus, not sure how that's going to be charged. So, but it's not going to be $500,000. And at $4, when they were nearly $4, that would be over $1 million just to get your chain. I guess if you get 1 million players, automatic because of it, that's only $1 a player, which is cheap. So, that could be the argument. But yeah, I think it's good for Ronin, and in January next year, January, February, March next year, we always know that these things are going to be delayed. So it's probably going to be middle of next year before it's launched. I doubt, because they've just pivoted. I reckon a couple of months ago because of the communication from Jihaz changing to being very less attacking towards Immutable. I look for his tweets to see him. I keep them all. I hold them all. I got receipts from all those Ronin boys. Can't wait to do a video one day. I've literally got hundreds of them saved. Not the actual link, the actual screenshot, so they can't delete. Because it's one day I'll make a really funny video. But
nice.
I think it's worth time talking about this one because they do have the audience, regardless of why we think they're the audience. They do have a bigger audience than anyone else in gaming at the moment. So it's a good move for Polygon, and it'll be interoperable with Immutable. So their chain will, if they employ the Type 1 prover, that the games will work on zkEVM, both zkEVMs. It'll be a very minimal lift to get it working on just a front end change here and there. Everything in the back end will work. You just reconnect it up with the front end. So literally 80% of the coding done already so if the games want to migrate to different chains. So like you're saying, it could be a partnership. Like you called it again.
I've been saying forever, man. Why fight each other? Why fight each other when we can combine to work together to get into the Web 2 space? It only makes sense.
You actually said you see these two. It was a long time ago. It was before that Ansel and Spaces, a year ago. You said, I can see a future where Ronan and Immutable partner. And I literally went in my head. I didn't say anything out of politeness. I went, are you a moron? Like that? I literally thought that. And now I'm the moron. So, mate, it's...
you're not a moron. No,
I thought not in a million word. Nothing could happen in this world.
It goes back to last week. Why are we shooting ourselves in the foot when the big obstacle is getting into Web 2 gaming? And it's just, we got to stop the infighting. We have to. If we want to make it, we have to stop the infighting. So it's easy.
Anyway, welcome to Immutable's world and the future of gaming. I'm really happy that they chose a zkEVM and not an optimistic roll-up, and that makes me happy. So at least if they do win gaming, the gaming... because if optimistic roll-ups win, I leave this. I don't want to be involved with subpower technology. That to me, if optimistic roll-ups win, that to me means that this industry cares about their easy way to finances and profits rather than building the best tech for the future and security. So that's why I'm really happy. My number one takeaway is that yes, it's a zk chain, and that's great.
Cool.
Moving on, I just wanted to play this because. To me, this just shows you how cringe this organization is. Listen and watch, and I'm not even going to say a word. That's it.
Okay.
My name is Beam. I'm coming to Katana Inu. Are you sure you want to play with me? Or are you scared?
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. I'm not scared at all. I am not scared at all.
I'm trying to stop myself from vomiting. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, cringe AF. Next, moving on. Amazing news. It was a bit old now. Consensus announced that they no longer have to fight the SEC. Consensus was fighting the SEC on behalf of Ethereum the SEC dropped the lawsuit. This is since Trump's decided to support crypto and try and win over 50 million voters. So the Biden administration has to go a little bit softer on the old crypto hate. So that's all that's happening. And they're both trying to win votes. So hopefully, as soon as the election's over, whoever wins, if it's Biden, crypto goes back into war. If it's Trump, we'll see if he's telling the truth. And if he does what he said he's going to do and bring in regulations that help. Cool.
Yeah.
Do you have anything on that?
I seen this months ago happening. I wasn't concerned about it at all. And I think the world in general has to have crypto succeed just for kicking the can down the road again. So that's just my thoughts on it. That's it.
Big news recently too, in the last 48 hours, Dr. Disrespect, being kicked off Midnight Society and dead drop. So big news. I
didn't know much about this, so I went and looked into it. So he wasn't really technically kicked off. It was according to him on his X page, this was a agreed upon decision, and he agreed upon to have them formally kick him off because he wanted to protect all the people in the organization and their jobs. From his post, it appears that Twitch kicked him off in 2020 due to some whisper messages that may or may not have involved minors. I'm not entirely sure.
He admitted it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said.
Yeah, but to the context of what it was about is a little bit murky, and
it's madness, man.
It's not illegal to have minors messaging you and talking with them. Just depends on what exactly happened.
This is crazy that you do it, mate. You're a target. You're the number one streamer, and you're a target. And you go and talk to a minor. He admitted that he flirted with her as well. So. It's absolutely.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that part. I haven't got the post up, but it's
Jesus, actually, who's in the thread here, has got an excerpt of what he said, and it's pretty much, I have done no wrong. Yes, I was talking to a minor or talking to a person, and yes, it did go on the lines of flirt. The word wasn't flirt, but it was similar. It meant flirting, but nothing was acted on. Not met the person or seen the person. It was just a bit of and it was like that was, and I've done no wrong, pretty much. So he admitted. So it's but you can't have someone. The optics look so bad. You can't have someone admit that and then keep them on the team.
So part of me believes everything you just said, because there's this innate thing with humans. When they get to a certain amount of power, they get drunk with it, and they start to believe that they're gods, and they start to do things that normal people wouldn't do. So part of me believes that's definitely possible.
Yeah.
So I'm not a judge, but yeah, I can see it.
I had that when I had a job that I was earning more money than I could ever dreamed of, and I lost it. And that was nothing compared to this guy. Like I literally was earning 7 or 8 times as much as what what an average person was earning, because I was just performing very well in my job and getting bonuses, and it went to my head. Just something small like that. So I understand what these pressures these guys are on, but come on, mate, you're on millions and millions of dollars a year, and when you're hitting those buttons, that if that gets out, you're done. So it's just but what you're saying, it has to have that god complex to be able to let yourself do something so stupid. But anyway, I watched a video of him. He's going on a long hiatus that he's done. He's going to step away from the limelight for a couple of months and then decide if he disappears into the sunset or not. Because he's done nothing wrong. He can't be fought. Like, he can go extreme again, and he'll have supporters, because he whilst he did something stupid, it's not wrong. I consider it grooming, and it should be wrong, but it depends on what he said and what he tried to do. If he was just having a bit of fun and a joke, still not good, but it's not something you should lose your career over. But we'll see what happens. Right. It's this big because he was building a Web3 game, and now it's no longer supported. But this big streamer is no longer supporting Web3. Another hit in the ribs for Web3 gaming.
Right.
Yep. All right. Cool. Moving on. We're down to our last two. This is big news. I don't know if you saw this, Solana, with this Blink stuff.
Yeah, this is huge. I didn't know about this, and when I watched through it, I was like, oh wow, this is massive.
I think Coinbase has this as well. So yeah, their new wallet does this. So it's big for DeFi. Do you need it in gaming? I don't think so. But still, it's already drawn Fuse Wars. They're left Immutable now to go to Solana for this. So it's going to have. They're also going because of that zk roll-up onto that new zk roll-up on Solana. So I just not a big deal. Fuse Wars wasn't that good a game anyway. So
yeah, I like how you can vote, you can do transactions right on X like that. That's nice. I want to see more of that. That's like real world applications to where I've said it forever in crypto that I see down the road. Eventually, it'll probably be a while because the powers that be won't like it, but I could see where voting will be tied to blockchain. That way it can be authentic and identified and not rigged. So yeah, I like this a lot.
And yeah, so do you have anything else to add on this Solana? I think it's a big move for them. It's going to give them more growth. I think it's going to be Ethereum, Solana, and maybe one other player out there that might make it, and it'll be just 3 chains in the future. That's what I think.
Right.
And when I say Ethereum, I mean all those side chains that, like AVAX, that's an Ethereum-based chain, and ones that can tie themselves to Ethereum some way, maybe on the AG layer. But actually, all of them, even Solana, can be on the AG layer. But I think ultimately, in the end, what crypto has to be is that you don't even know what blockchain you're on, and it just all works from one. So someone aggregates everything, and you're just using it, and the background is done by the chain sort of thing. That's the future, I think, where you don't need to know if your coin's on the right exchange or right section. It just all works together. That's what it needs to get to for it to be mass adopted. But this is another step towards that.
Right.
And finally, I just found something this morning that I'm really, really excited for. This is not a Web3 game. It is, but it looks amazing. So I'm going to play it for everyone. This is called Super Vive, next League of Legends, MOBA / Battle Royale.
Yeah, this makes Blast Royale look. And I like Blast Royale. I like Blast Royale, but this makes Blast Royale look subpar. Sorry, I gotta say it. This is exactly what I thought when I looked at this. I was like, "Wow, this is nice."
Is it a mobile game then? I think this is a PC game.
No, this is PC. No,
Yeah.
so yeah, we'll give Blast Royale the credit that it's
Yeah.
mobile, but like, it's just my first initial impressions. I was like, "Holy smokes, this looks awesome!"
Looks awesome. Wait till you get to the gameplay, man, guys. If you like MOBAs like League of Legends, Dota, or Heroes of the Storm, Smite, this is that. Crazy. Like it's oh, this is going to be massive. You can tell the graphics are amazing. I saw a tweet. They said, "What other game can you karate punch your enemy into a moving train?" So, it's like, you know, they got the vibes and the edge as well on their tweet. So I think these guys are just like, this is what we need, a game like this, and then to say, oh, by the way, you own your shit if you want. You know, like, it's, you know, that's all. This is what we need. This game advertised like this without any blockchain. If they just come out and said, you know, once the game launches, oh, by the way, you can own your skins in this game and sell them to other players, and not mention the blockchain, and just use a mutable passport or a coin-based wallet, and people don't have to buy tokens. You earn tokens from playing to be able to craft, but if you want to do it faster than what you earn it in the game, you can hit a button that says buy, and use your credit card and you buy. That's what mass adoption is. And people say that Immutable's passport wasn't mass adopting because they're all crypto people trying to understand how the back end works. Where most people on Immutable's passport are going to buy shit through credit card, mate, not through, you know, on chain and things like that. Most people, if it gets to mass adoption, you know, that's what has to happen. Mass adoption means Immutable is ready for it now, because it's this game with not knowing it's on the blockchain or knowing it's on the blockchain but not having to know how to do it. That's what will make it mass adopt. And that's a wrap, mate. Other than on the content, did you have anything else to add about this? No. Super
Looks awesome. Looks awesome for sure.
Yeah.
So, what's your final thoughts of this week?
I don't know. I'm torn. There's lots and lots to think about. You know, I am heading overseas in 2 weeks. We'll get one more episode done before I leave. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing all this news that Immutable is, you know, starting to take off. You know, like you can see the numbers in some of the games being huge. 100K boom players per day. You know, there's 15 to 20,000 GOG players per day. It's down a lot, and there's, you know, like, just the games are coming online and they're starting to grow, and I just, you know, there's lots of options. I've just got a screenshot of my phone. I've got like 25 games on it. No, actually 22 games on it that are all on Immutable that I can play right now. Most of them are on chain. So there's lots going on, mate. So there's just huge amounts. Huge amounts to get involved with Immutable. It's, you know, the 2 years of work that we've put in together to build this community and build this, is the guess is starting, you know, the faith and the guess that this is going to be the future is starting to become more and more clear that we're right. Really exciting time for Immutable and for our pod and our community.
Yeah, this is the you know, the branch off what you said, be my final thoughts, is like, this is the grassroots time where hopefully down the road we look back and said, you know, we were putting in all this work and it really paid off. I'm really hoping. I don't think they will. I think they know who we are. Robbie and everything. We keep putting out this content every week, or every couple weeks at least, and there's a lot to cover here. And I'm gonna say this confidently: we are the Immutable community. Not to say that conceitedly, just I think we're the number one news source for Immutable. There's been others that have been out there and they're no longer around, and we keep going. We keep trucking along. We know why we're here. The Immutable team keeps pumping out just a record amount of games, a record amount of partnerships, a record amount of mergers, and they just keep cranking out. They're just like this giant sponge that keeps soaking everything in, and eventually something has to hit and break through. And I think they know it. We know it. And yeah, that's my final thoughts of the week.
Yeah, it's great. It's been so awesome to work with Immutable's content. Like, there's just so much to go with. We cut so much out every single week and focus on the core, and it goes for over an hour every week. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy. Hope everyone's having fun in the games. Get involved, play the games. There's gems to be made by playing games. Right now, play for fun, play to own, and then hopefully we earn something on the side. That's the motto. Until next time, everyone. Bye-bye.
Tuning in, check out Token Trove, our sponsor. Use our link to help us out and to support Token Trove, who has an amazing exchange for Immutable. Everybody take care. Bye-bye now.
Thank you, mate.